But I also wanted to ask you or want to give you the opportunity to now talk about the video, because the video is totally different from the song itself, but the video is crazy. The video, how can I put this? The video is very creative. I feel that the video was amazing, and I don't say that about a lot of music videos. So I was able to tell that you guys really put some time and effort and the thought into how you guys wanted the visuals to look for that song. So I wanted to allow you the opportunity to really explain to us what went into making that music video for that song.
I'm gonna tell you, man, like all things that I do and people around me do, and I always advise them to do, that video was done on purpose. So that's why it came out. Every shot was done on purpose. Like this in that video or the Want Me video, any video, they all have a meaning past just what you're seeing. We wanted to utilize the most organic forms of peace, and that's land, agriculture. You notice like the shots are very scenic. The horizon with the water, using the practicals with the moon and the beach and all these different elements of the video to make someone feel serene. Like, you know, this is just something really nice to look at. I don't know what, even if you watch it on mute, you're just like, this is a really nice thing to look at. And naturally, I wanted to make sure that my image portrayed same peace and serene. And there's a couple little, little breadcrumbs in there as far as hinting at the album. You guys go ahead, watch it, check it out, see what I'm talking about. Man, it was done on purpose, bro. Like I needed that video to be ahead of its time, which I feel like it is. Interviews like this, podcasts like this are what's going to shed the light to like, wait a minute, we missed something that the people know, like, oh, snap, we need to check into that and see, well, what was he talking about? Because all I saw was this, or all I saw was, I didn't even push the video but so much because I knew there was a lot of work to be done before the video made sense to really get that gas. You know what I mean? A lot of times people put the cart before the horse and they wonder why they're not going nowhere. Yeah, man, that's again, shout out James. You know what I mean? Like we're able to,
shout out James.
Shout out James. James and I, we're able to do something that a lot of artists can't do. And we're able to make it make sense to each other. Like they'll say, you know, and a lot of videographers are probably going to give you some thumbs up and some more stuff on this. Artists to say, yo, man, I want to shoot a video. Okay, well, what do you want? I just try to make it look cinematic. And they're like, well, what does that mean? You know, and they're just not able to communicate what each other wants out of the project. And him and I, I'm able to say, hey, James, I want this to look like this, and he's able to make it make sense, and we're able to deliver the product and move forward with it. That's just something that a lot of people should work on. It's just being able to say what you mean, convey that message so people can understand what the heck you're talking about. Yeah.
All right, so this was the next question, and it's kind of a piggyback off of what we were just talking about. So why did you decide to name the project Capricorn?
Because I'm a Capricorn. The project itself is, first of all, I'm born January 12th. Shout out to them. The project itself is supposed to be a full embodiment of me. So that's why there are different sounds. That's why there's different types of songs, it kind of bridges genres, but it still flows. That's me, a multifaceted person as far as talents, as far as mindset, as far as approach, empathy, again. So that's really why, man. And shout out to all the Zodiac folks. I've been getting a whole earful of different things, my rising, my moon, and my sun, and all these different things that I just don't know anything about. They've definitely been pouring into me ever since I've launched the title of the album.
So I kind of figured that's why you named it that, but I wasn't 100% sure. That's why I wanted to ask you. But now I'm going to get the opportunity to be transparent with the audience. So I'm also a Capricorn.
Hey.
I was born January the 1st. I'm a New Year's baby.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm probably oversharing a little bit, but I have other members in my family that's Capricorns too. So, hey, I know a lot of Capricorns. So when I saw that, I was like, I wonder, is he a Capricorn too, or did he just name it that for some other?
Yeah, you'll feel it, bro. You'll feel it because even just the way how you're asking me questions, like you're able to do exactly what I was doing on the project, and it's just peel back the layers. Like even if someone sat and looked at the cover art for the album longer than 2 seconds, you'll notice like there's layers to that, and everything has meaning. There's nothing I do is just like, oh, that was kind of cool. No, it's all on purpose. It's always on purpose. So yeah, shout out to all the Capricorns in and around the world. Heck yeah.
All right, so I wanted to ask you this question, and I know you probably gonna feel like I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but so give me the best you can. Give me your top 5 DJs that also are recording artists, and you can give them to me in any order.
Ones that I actually know of: Tony Matterhorn, who's the guy that my dirty wine, my girl, dirty wine yet? Him, 100%. Again, Ludacris, 100%. Isn't a DJ, but I have to shout him out. I mean, he's not an artist, but I have to shout him out because he's been so instrumental to the game, hip hop scene and dancehall in his early works, which is a lot of people don't know about. DJ Khaled, you just can't go around that. Who else? DJ Paul, 3 6 Mafia, and Juicy J. I mean, they were both phenomenal DJs and turned artists. And again, you see, and they're right. All of these people, they did exactly what I'm able to do. It's find a void in the game and fill it with their version of what it should be. Like 3 6 Mafia. How many people have sampled 3 6 Mafia? I mean, what are we talking about? Tony Matterhorn. How many times have you heard that song's probably diamond by now. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, DJ Khaled, The End. You know what I mean? Like, and Ludacris, again, they're all like super. When Ludacris came out, bro, there was nobody wilding out like that with their visuals. I mean, shout out to Missy. She came and did her own version of it. Shout out to Busta Rhymes, who also did his own version. But to bring Atlanta to that main scene like that, but to still stay true to the culture, DJ Lubba Lubba. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name right. Lubba Lubba at the time. So there's no order. You said no order, so it's cool. Yeah.
So you passed the test. So that didn't go exactly how I thought it was going to go. I actually thought that you weren't going to be able to give me 5. And then I was going to be able to say, well, since you couldn't give me 5, then I'm going to have to put you in the top 5, and then I would have had to give you one of these. But no, so that was definitely a great list. I'm going to be honest. I tried to come up with 5. I thought of DJ Paul and them, and I thought of... Crazy enough, I ain't even think about Ludacris. I had forgot that he was a DJ and worked for the radio station back in the day. So I had a hard time coming up with 5, maybe because I'm not a DJ. So I was like, yo, I got to put my man in the top 5.
Yeah, I'll take it, bro. I'll take it.
Okay.
I am one of those guys. I might be the newest to the scene, or I'll say I'm the newest to it. But I'm definitely prevalent. I definitely exist, and there's no wiggle woggle with my situation. Sure. Heck yeah.
So I was going to ask you this question, but it sounds like you might have already been in a situation previous. So if you don't want to answer this question, it's cool. So sometimes I ask artists, would they rather stay independent or would they rather be signed by a major label at some point? But it sounds like you might have already kind of got an early start in the game and already had been signed at some point. So
yeah, I mean, I'll say this, man. I'll speak on what already happened. All right, so the way how that deal even came about was like just super organic. I was showing love to an artist. The artist got in a situation. He brought me with him. I was in the room making some noise. They were like, "Hey, you want to make some noise for us?" And that's how that happened. So now we're working together. Excuse me, but everything is not on paper. I'm a guy I can see further than what you're showing me, and the contract got put on the table where a lot of the big works were happening. It was I'll give you an example. It's like one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, we're going to work together. We're going to build you up. We're going to get you a thing. We're going to put you with this show. You're going to do that show. I opened up for Juice WRLD. I opened up for Ski Mask, Slum God. I mean, it was phenomenal. I'm going to give you everything. And right when you're about to tip, paperwork. But the paperwork wasn't conducive with the energy that I thought we were sharing. It just wasn't in my favor, long story short. And like anything, it's just business. And I just decided like, hey, this isn't conducive for what I'm trying to do. And I know I'm worth more than that, but I also know I had no leg to stand on because I haven't proven that yet So I was almost susceptible to anything. And so that was the beginning of the end of that situation. And I'm not going to talk down on anybody. It was on both parties. We just didn't agree on what we were talking about. That's it. Now moving forward, me being progressive, I am not against either one. I'm going with whatever makes sense, man. I know what I have is extremely marketable, and I know that labels would love to get their hands on it, hands on me, and push whatever narrative we're going to push together. But if independence makes sense, if I have a team of people around me that's like, hey, man, we genuinely want to see you move forward and progress and whatever the case may be. And again, we can make it make sense and feed our families and whatever. I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. I'm not opposed to any outlet of getting my creations out to the world. It's just, again, just whatever makes sense in the moment. And we push it like that. Yeah.
All right, that was a good answer. So the premise of this podcast is independent artists learning from other independent artists. So if you would, can you tell us, is there any mistakes that you could have made in your career so far that other people could learn from?
A mistake, and this is, I'm going to use the term mistake loosely, but a mistake that was made throughout my life, not even just my career, man, my life, which, they're synonymous, was keeping it real, right? Dave Chappelle, when keeping it real
goes wrong,
there it goes, right? I'm not going to say it went wrong for me, but it definitely didn't give me the results I wanted, man. Learning how to be in a room and listen, to, again, have empathy, to know that just because how I feel is very strongly about whatever this thing is we're talking about, that does not discredit or disprove your feelings toward the same thing. And I can't just call you out on yours and make you feel less of a person because I don't agree with it. Sometimes you have to just agree to disagree and let that be the progression in itself. That was the biggest thing, man. I grew up how I grew up, typical story, in Boston, inner city, early 2000s. Everybody knows how that was, Blue Hill Avenue. There's a movie, look it up. It just, over the years, man, I just had to learn to be empathetic to everyone else. Like, it's not just me in the room. I'm very bullheaded. Shout out to the Taurus in the world. But realistically, yeah, you like that, right? Good notes. I'm very bullheaded, but at the same time, I'm able to understand that it's not my way or the highway, and we can get a lot more done when I get the chip off my shoulder and make everything a collaborative effort, because everybody can, contribute. So that don't be bullheaded, keep it real, stay true to self, but also know that there's other selves in the world. So, and we all got to live here. So
I like that. So let me ask you this. Is there anything that you want to ask me?
Sure, bro. What is your mission? I know what you said, the podcast is independent artists, teaching and the other independent artists, but like, what's your mission as a whole with your platform that you're building, that you've already made steps toward progression? Even just, us being in person is a major step toward progression.
Got you. So I'm glad you asked me that. And I hope people are able to understand what I'm trying to explain. I'm big on the best way I can, trying to be a blessing. I know people gonna probably think I'm getting super spiritual here, about to start preaching. But, there's this whole thing about, be a blessing and you too will be blessed. And I've noticed just in a little bit of time that I've been doing this podcast that I'm growing because I've been able to bless other people. People come on the podcast and now that gives them more exposure, and in turn, it's like a win-win. So I've enjoyed being able to reach out and see the growth of other artists and being able to help other artists. And that too has also helped me. And I guess I'll speak on this. I don't think I've ever really shared this with anybody before. So I am, an artist too. I sing and I joke around with rapping, but I'm not really a rapper. But if we were just being totally honest and transparent, I've actually seen more what people would consider to be success with the podcast over me being an artist. And that's just for the simple fact when I'm trying to push my music, it's just about me. But if I'm helping an artist, it's not about me. It's about them. So I've noticed that it's like, it's a lot harder. No, I'm not making no excuses for it, but it just seems like it's a lot harder to be a music artist to really break through, because it's really like, it's just all about you. So people really just got to be rocking with you. But when you like reach like today, I'm sitting here interviewing you, then I might be interviewing somebody else next week. So now that's a whole nother opportunity to be a blessing or to reach out and make another connection with somebody else. Next week, I might be interviewing somebody else. So that's 3 different people that I've made a connection with, being able to help out, whatever you want to call it. But then if you circle back to me, I could put out a song next week, but it's still just me. Yeah. And if people ain't rocking with me for whatever reason, there's not going to be a connection. So I don't know if that makes sense on how.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's your reach. It goes, okay, I'll say it like this. You only live as long as how many people you help. And like you're saying, your platform is a tool that's used to help, but it also is a very fluid platform that you can connect to so many different people. And even if it's just, you just sprinkle a little bit of yourself into the mix, you still get to connect with those different people. And making a step further, your next person you interview, you might like, yo, it'd be crazy if he got a song with Sober. Hey, I'm gonna put y'all together. So now you've connected other people to, you know what I mean? So yeah, I 100% get it, bro. I 100% get it, man. That's very genuine, very organic, very sober of you, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. So I did want to ask you this. Well, it's not even really a question. Take the time to tell us or talk about anything that you would want to talk about that we haven't talked about during this podcast for whatever reason.
Bridge City, right? Bridge City. What is Bridge City? Bridge City is the new here, right? So, this area is broken up in different cities and different
7 cities,
right? And shout out to Franklin, who they say is like the stepchild, the 8, shout outs to him. But within those 7 cities, or from city to city, on this side of the water, it's different mindsets, right? There's a lot of division. There's like a ish ton of division amongst us, even though everything is like within 20-minute drive of each other. It's so much division. But not only are there division on our level, there's division with politics. There's division with companies, with advertising. Like, why don't, and this is something, this somebody to look at. Why aren't there advertisements for, I don't know, Newport News events in Virginia Beach and vice versa? And it's not to say we can't get there. Naturally, our dollars spent and their dollars spent. It's just a part of that whole division. So Bridge City is the new united front, right? It's what it is. When someone says, hey, okay, an example, you go to California, you go to LA. LA has 99 cities in it. We're claiming, standing hard on 7. They have 99 cities over there, bro. And if you say, yo, man, where you from? They say LA. You don't ask nothing past that. You just say LA, a bet. That's it, right? If somebody say, yo, bro, where you from? They can say Compton. They can say whatever other city, but they just say LA. Likewise, I want to build our own LA. I want to build our own united front. Lil Uzi, Meek Mill. When you ask them where they're from, Philly. Now, if you ask them where at in Philly, they'll dive into it. But it's just Philly. Again, Atlanta. A lot of artists aren't even from Atlanta. They're from like neighboring cities.
Yeah, they're in the suburbs, just like 30 minutes away.
You see what I'm saying? But they're just going to claim Atlanta. Granted, there's something that comes with that. But at the same time, it's still all united to the outside world. It's just Atlanta. Likewise, I think that's what the biggest issue has been. Here, everybody has, and to quote Asa, shout out to Asa from Contemporary Arts Network, to quote him, everyone has a savior complex. I'm going to put it on my back. I got us. I'm next. I'm me. And with that comes, you end up building a very nice plush island, and you sit on that island by yourself. And we can't send you help. No one's going to help you. You just sit there on that island, and now you're going to play the blame game, whatever the case may be. But you're on an island nevertheless. And things like that are part of the problem, bro. It's a part of the major problem that I've seen. And I've adopted, again, to reference the mindset of James Brown. In the 60s, again, 60s, 70s, between that time period of, I want to be, everyone loves my voice, right? The check, and all this. Everyone loves the voice. I want to be that voice. I am that voice toward progression, bro, towards unity amongst creatives. I can't speak for everybody because I'm not in every market, but I mean, everyone can still adapt the same mindset and apply it to whatever they do in a day-to-day business. Yeah, I want to be that voice of, hey, I can help you, you can help me, and we can do this together. And that's not to say throw away everything you're doing and just let's all do it together. Still build your own companies in your own right. I mean, why wouldn't you? But if you see something else going on across the water, so they say, like a Newport News, don't frown at it. Don't, I don't go, Portsmouth, no, we don't do. Like, let's just get rid of that, bro. And let's say, like, yo, it's Bridge City. Like, let's help each other out. And if we think that a certain city has a more primitive mindset or a more segregated mindset, let's bring them up to speed. And if not, let them sit on their island again and just let them, you know, the wave will catch them. It's going to be big enough. The wave will catch them. That's when you have a lot of creatives like myself a part of it. It's going to catch you. It's going to catch you. But yeah, that's my biggest thing, man. Bridge City, the United Front, excuse me. I work with a lot of different artists. I spin everybody who's out here's music, local artists, I spin their records. I might be the only DJ, not to say who spins records, because everyone, I'm sure they dabble, but who can say I got a song from everybody, and I actively spin it in the party, in the shows, at the festivals, with the person there or not. I'm spinning their records. I don't think there's another DJ who goes out their way to make sure to do that. Heck, we're keeping it clean, ladies and gentlemen. We even have a show I do with Q Grams of Ooh Sticky called You Send It, We Spin It. Super simple. I won't go into the whole depths of how it came about, but I will say what it is. It's just a platform, take about an hour and a half, and we spin only local artist music. We have a party with just the music that's sent in. I go live, I get some Wi-Fi. We go live from their page, from the Ooh Sticky page. And we just have a party with our artists, our music, to let everybody know it's a confidence boost, to let you know, like, hey, your music's good enough, right? I know DJs won't play it, but let me show you what it sounds like on this JBL QSC, like on this amazing system. Let y'all hear it and hear what it sounds like with a DJ really showing love. Yeah, that, man. And then if the artists are there, we let them perform. They perform their record and turn up and give it to the people live and feel it organically. It's just one big party, like how hip hop used to be. How, you know what I mean? The Cool Hercs and all them, like how when they started, that's what it was. It was like, yo, well, we don't have, the radio's not going to play our stuff. So let's play our own stuff out here in the neighborhood. And then you go from our neighborhood to that neighborhood. And then now you're playing music from that neighborhood. And now we have a DJ who's traveling around, has music from every neighborhood. And he might get on the mainstream stage for whatever reason. Now he got music from this hood, that hood, that. Now everybody from those different hoods are like, yo, DJ so-and-so is about to play one of our songs. Just pay attention. Let's see. And it just pushes, again, the culture forward, man. Like it won't work unless we unify, unless Bridge City becomes a part of the mindset of the average creative.
Let's give a shout out to Bridge City, my man showing the local artists love. Matter of fact.
Hell yeah.
All right, so before you get out of here, take a few minutes and tell the audience where they can find you online.
Everything is Soberthedj. Soberthedj, DJ, all one word. If you Google it, anything that I have ever done ever is going to come up. I'm primarily on IG now. But after the album drops, I'm definitely going to be bridging the gap over to the TikTok realm of things. I got a couple people that's like trying to put me on to how it operates. And apparently like every day it's updating new features. I'm like, hey, who need a job at this point? You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah, that social media game is a full-time job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, that's it, man. Like I said, primarily on Instagram. I usually respond to everybody. Likewise, sometimes I do get really busy and I'm just kind of like locked in on whatever that mission is that day or that time period. But I am very responsive. I'm not too cool to talk to you, man. If you see me on stage, don't be like, oh, don't idolize. I mean, it's cool to be inspired by it, but I don't want to be anybody's idol. You know what I mean? Like, come reach out, dap me up, man. Talk to me, send me your music, ask me questions, whatever. Like, I'm here for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Soberthedj. Heck yeah.
All right, man. Well, I want to just let you know, or just say I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come sit down with me and do this interview, man. It was very refreshing. I think the people really gonna get a lot out of it, man. And I'm gonna be locked in with you, man. I want to see what else you got coming in the future, man.
Heck yeah, man. I'm here. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I will say it's taking its time, just because it is primarily me making it happen. But with all great things, it takes time. So there it is. Heck yeah.
All right, man. Well, you take care of yourself.
Thanks, bro. You too, man.
All right, now.
You too. Heck yeah.